Many of our customers have asked us how they compare to similar organizations with respect to their B2B integration and collaboration capabilities. Brian, at Aberdeen Group, you've conducted quite a bit of research on the state of integration and collaboration for leaders compared to followers and the impact on key performance metrics. Could you please tell us more about this?
Sure. The first I would say is the observation would be the degree of automation and collaboration and the advantages leaders have over the followers. Leaders are well over 50%. Their transactions are electronic and changes are submitted in invoices, order changes, 50% are electronic. So compared to the followers, which are much further behind. What really separates the leaders versus the followers on the supplier side is the automation of order changes and commitment changes. This is a big difference. This is when I'm talking about promise and commits. This is not just the transaction itself, but it's the flow back and forth of information between the two to keep a schedule on track. That's the real difference. It's where the visibility and alerts come from. When there's an issue to be dealt with, the back and forth changes between the two, are what keeps the plan on track. On the customer side, we see a similar mix of transactions and process activity. Similar to the supply side, the difference is, or what differentiates the leaders from the followers, is the significant degree of customer order changes and forecast changes being transmitted. It's same idea, but it's much more robust. I want to say the numbers are in like the 60% range, where the more likely that the leaders are going to have this in place. And so when they do that, I'd say the relationship or the closeness or the intimacy with the customer is much greater, and you're getting these forecast changes as they occur. There's no delay, there's no handoff, there's no meeting. These are real-time back and forth changes that are occurring. And I would take just a minute to talk about why, it's important to handle that. I'd say forecast error is something, or forecast accuracy is something everybody talks about, but no one really thinks about what's the implication. So, I would recommend that you actually start on the customer side, because just think in terms of, if I have a forecast accuracy, and these are pretty accurate numbers, where it's maybe 82% at a product group level for maybe best-in-class companies, and it's maybe 61% for the, all others, if you will, and the best-in-class being the top 20%. Well, let's think about the error side. That's 18% error for the best-in-class, and it's 39% error for the other guys. So that means I have to change twice as many things on my shop floor or with my suppliers. Now think of the disadvantage. If I'm changing twice as many things in my organization, setting material aside, expediting material through, the implication of that is, look at the cost. Look at, you can't win. Even though you say, well, the accuracy is 81 versus 61, so what? Bringing that to a reality of what does that mean to me in terms of operations, that's the big deal.
Right.
Okay, so I would just make that point in terms of, maybe where to start and why that's important, communicating those changes, and why you maybe want to fix it on the front end, because that error propagates all the way through to the suppliers. So in many cases, solving supplier collaboration issues are solved by fixing the front end. So that's sort of a point to walk away with here.
Very interesting, and I appreciate that. And so a company's B2B integration and file transfer capabilities are very essential here. And the right technologies can help them quickly execute these B2B processes with their partners and customers, ensure that the data movement between the organizations is very secure, and support the integration and collaboration with a wide variety of their partners, regardless of their level of technical expertise or sophistication, and address the regulatory and compliance needs that we discussed earlier. These capabilities work together to enable collaboration and visibility across the supply chain and helps them improve the relationships across their supply chain. Also, it helps them reduce costs, improve efficiency, and even increase revenue. In addition, this helps to improve the speed and responsiveness across the supply chain. We'll explore the business impact a lot more deeply in the next segment.